wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith. Wagwan, people. I'm really excited. I'm really excited because I first want to say November 1st is where I celebrated 3 years being a podcaster and all that great stuff. And I'm really ecstatic. Like, for the folks that, gave me the shout outs, that shared it, repost it, you don't even know how much that means to me. I really appreciate it. For the people that have been there from day one, the the deepest part of my heart, so may appreciate honor. So I just wanted to start that off as a celebration. And also, this month is Financial Literacy Month. And if you've noticed, I've been very consistent. Been very consistent on sharing posts and making sure you guys are up to date what's happening with the financial world. So keep noticing that I am going to be sharing things um each day. I will try my best to post a video as well. And I know I said I was never going to do this, but I was convinced to actually go on TikTok. And let me tell Uno, yo, it's actually really crazy how the interaction, actually not an interaction, but how many viewings you get in a matter of seconds. Like, within 10 minutes, I swear I saw 300 views, and that is just totally different from what I see on Instagram. So if you are on TikTok, I don't even know what my name is on it. I think it's Fitness IQ on TikTok. So if you TikToks TikTok. So if you see me on there, follow me, share it, please. Just because I'm just really working on being everywhere and stuff. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited. But with every crazy thing that's going on in the world, I'm not going to discuss it. I just wanted to try to have like a fun episode, enlightening episode, just to talk to people about the stupidness I've been seeing in the world. And even though I think it's silly, I always notice that no matter what topic I see that's going on in the world, most topics, there's always a personal finance aspect to it. So that's why I wanted to share this one. And I know I'm late. I know I'm late. This talk has been going on for weeks. But you know what? It's my platform. Me wanna show it. I wanna talk about it. And I think it's a fun episode to have and just to discuss about first date expectations. And the funny thing is, literally maybe a half an hour before I jumped on, my other favorite podcast, so shameless. If you guys don't know, now you know. They were just talking about it, and I was like, "Yo, I'm about to talk about this list." But before I talk about the list, I want to talk about what started this this crazy list because I think it's crazy. But maybe I'm just so focused into personal finance and like folks budgeting and recession and all that stuff that it actually makes me cost conscious when I actually go out. I, well, that's just a different story. I'm not even gonna talk about that. But I'm really mindful when it comes to dating. Wait. Let me rephrase it. I'm really mindful. I'll say mindful about stuff when it comes to dating. However, I am not the expert. So first of all, this is only for entertainment purposes only. I am not a dating expert. I am just bringing this on a personal finance aspect, right? So don't be like, oh, Camille's all of a sudden thinks she's an expert. I don't because ideally I don't even go on dates that much. So I'm just saying. So just bear with me because I'm trying to find. I want to first show you guys a clip of what I'm talking about, and then we're gonna do the list. But I have to make sure people come true and everything, right? So first things first. If I'm gonna show the video. I think I can show it without getting dinged or anything because I really want folks to understand why this is important. And I first want to say to ladies, even though some of these women's chest is high, in my opinion, I understand that you value yourself, but I'm also going to discuss things throughout the conversation where I hope you have a different perspective because these expectations, you have to think long term more than just this one date. Or is this going to be a lot of first dates for you? So I hope someone that's listening to this takes it in and just sees it in a different way. So let me try to show this video, okay? Because in order for it to make sense, I have to play this video. So hold on a moment there. Let me try to find this. So present. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, and I hope you guys can hear it. Okay, so yeah, it's this one. Okay, so boom, this. Oh my! So first of all, this is what she's gonna do, and it's gonna actually annoy the shit out of me. So you see her looking. Watch it. Sorry, I have to pause it because it's the audacity for me. But okay, okay.
Almost there. Just need to find some parking.
So she's trying to look cute and stuff.
Oh,
Blase. I'm gonna like.
open the door for you?
So this is what she first does. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this loud and clear. If you, this is not your car, and the fact that you clicked and locked me out of my car, I'm taking you straight home. I don't give a damn. I would be furious. Okay.
Yes. Uh, would you want me to open the door for you? Okay.
And she's
You're recording me? Yeah.
and she's
This is
recording
the
home,
Cheesecake
dude.
Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all. What's the problem with that? This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant? You want to talk about it?
Fine. She's a
I'm
beautiful
fine with talking
lady.
about it.
Understand.
Thumbs down.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
So I feel like this lady has her own skits or her own show on her thing. That's why she's doing it like this. But the thing that got me the most was this part. So he comes
To my
back in.
cooperator,
Mhm.
and at least uh,
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Watch this.
well,
Watch
I
it.
mean,
Watch
like
it.
even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't uh put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay,
I
yeah,
don't know
and
you.
I can
Yeah.
respect that. I can respect that.
Okay.
When I got to your apartment to pick you up, you didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too. We're not
Again, I
we're
don't
not
know
there.
you yet.
Okay,
I don't know you yet.
and then, but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
but
I
mean,
got myself
there's
all made
nothing
up.
wrong with the
I'm not gonna lie. You're not coming into my house. Okay, you're not coming into my house.
Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well
I mean,
look at my plan where we were gonna go.
See it there?
see, now that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him.
See,
Call him.
no.
What do you mean no?
See,
I
I
know you
specifically
didn't.
told you both yesterday and this morning that I'd come to pick you up at 4 a.m. At 4 p.m. Right?
Mm.
And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour, and so I was waiting downstairs
I understand.
for an hour, right?
But I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long.
Okay, I'm done there. I'm done. I'm done playing this. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, if you um don't get me wrong, there have been times when I've been late. There have been times I've been late. However, I've never made someone wait an hour. I think that's highly disrespectful and outrageous and what? Like, yo, if you're an hour late, yo, you're lucky you're getting a date at the end of the day. So this is why I said this is why my thing is, are your chest so high, right? So I was furious. However, I found out that it was a skit, it was an acting, all these things. But and I'm you know what? The one thing I'm glad about is that there hasn't been any ladies I know that have said, "Yeah, she deserves." Nah, because you're tripping. You're tripping. Um, and I think it's just it was highly disrespectful. With what she did. So I'm really shocked and appalled and I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. However, there's a list, everyone. There is a list on certain places that ladies wouldn't accept to go on first date. And I want to read them because I'm looking at the list and I'm like, damn, am I that simple? Am I basic to the point where I'm okay with these things? And granted, I am a foodie. I love to eat as well, I can't eat everything, but I love to eat as much as I can, right? And I'm like, damn, some of these things on the list I would go to. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So there is obviously this list is American, and I went and searched to see if there are Canadian restaurants as well. But I'm gonna put this list out first, and then I'm gonna find the one that's Canadian based. Actually, I'm just gonna look through my phone because it just makes my life easier. So oh, this good old list, y'all. It is really closer to me. Hold on. Sorry. Um, hmm. So the first one, obviously, is Cheesecake Factory. Um, we only have one, as far as I know, in Canada, which is at Yorkdale. I don't know how I feel I was just hearing certain folks were saying no, Cheesecake Factory, a chain restaurant for me, no way. And I was like, it's not that deep. To me, it's not that deep. And I think, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up. It depends on your age. It absolutely depends on your age, and it absolutely depends on who you're dating. So this list, I swear that this list is maybe for 30s and over, but the audacity of 20-year-olds thinking this is to me outrageous, right? So here's the lovely list. Okay, so number 1 is Cheesecake Factory, whatever. Applebee's, Chili's. So this is like, similar to TGIF. So these are chain restaurants, right? Chipotle. Okay. So let me get this clear. I don't think uh fast food restaurant, personally, in my personally opinion, should be a first date. That's where I would be like, so we're not going on a date. We're just hanging out. And if I was gonna try to see the differences of dating, hanging out and stuff, I don't want to talk about that. I've talked about that before. Eh, it's whatever. You know whether you're hanging out with someone, chilling with them, talking, whatever you want to say, um, dating someone, courting someone, certain things that you can get away with and not get away with. And a fast food restaurant, you will not be getting away with that with me. I don't mind going to Cheesecake Factory, but if you tell me let's go to Wendy's, I'll be like, huh? What? So Chipotle is like on that list, I feel like, right? Olive Garden, we don't really have that. The movies. It depends on the movie that we're going to. I like movies, so I wouldn't mind going, but it's probably a dinner and a movie type of thing. So, or going somewhere first to have a conversation and then going to the movies. Cuz you actually want to go somewhere where um you want to get to know the person. But I mean, if you're not talking on the phone or texting, voice noting, and all that good stuff, how else are you getting to know someone, right? Uh, list. Hold on, I have to write this list of unacceptable first dates. Boom. So, and then here, what else? So movies, meh. Okay, number 7 is Wilding. Your house. So I'm assuming the guy's house. I'm not come to your house. First date, I'm not coming to your house. Especially if I don't know you. I'm not coming to your house. And also I have a rule. Most times you don't even know where I live. I will actually meet you there because I'm all about like safety and things, right? I'm not comfortable with your house. Um it's unless I've known you, so it's unless I known you, we're friends, da 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 da, da, and then we start talking. Maybe, because that means you say you can throw it down in the kitchen and you wanna show me some food and things. Maybe, but if I don't know you, I'm not fucking coming to your house. You crazy? That's some mud. Yeah, like I said, any fast food chain. I agree with that one. Don't take me to Wendy's. Don't take me to McDonald's, especially McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's. You must be mad. What's another place? I just thought of Arby's. I don't know why. But yeah, fast food chain, nah. Buffalo Wild Wings. I swear there's one in Ajax back in the day, but it's no longer there. I don't care about that. Um, Yo, but there's a wing place that is so fire. But that place is not a sit down place, so I understand that. Um, let's see. Wingstop. I feel like that's just the same concept. Red Lobster. Okay, hey. I like Red Lobster, y'all. I like Red Lobster, and I think the thing about this is that if you know that I love shrimp, or um if you know that like traditionally I go to Red Lobster, I will decide whether I will go or not. Right? But I think that okay, maybe not a first date thing unless we're like on the go. It's up in the air. It's up in the air, right? Oh, I do have comments. Good evening, Jay. I saw this one, so you couldn't hide it. And also, Medea. Yes, yes, yes. If you want to jump onto this conversation, just let me know. I would like to hear a male's perspective on this list. But then, hear me out. There's a lot of lists because I have two more lists after this. So I'm going to try to go quick with this one, right? And, oh, it did make it. Yeah. Fast food joints did uh don't make it exactly. A buffet, no Mandarin, Pearl, was it Pearl Dragon, or and all that stuff? IHOP, Denny's, those are like back to back. I've actually been on a breakfast date years ago, like decades ago, and it was pretty cool. It was Sunset Grill, but I'm judging you on how you make your eggs. I'm judging on if you if me see any runny eggs. I can't. No, it's not happening. I can't. So I'm so sorry. So maybe going to a breakfast spot is ideal as well. Um the gym. I saw this one and I thought to myself, I don't know if that's a great first date type of thing. It depends on like I'm a gym head or used to be a gym head. Maybe it is ideal, but it if you're not into the gym, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, let's go to the gym. Let me see how you do them squats. Let's see how you hip thrust and stuff." No, you're wilding. You're wilding. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. 16 is church. No, I'm sorry. No, not doing it. I understand for the religious folks. I'm not doing that. Starbucks. I've done Starbucks. I don't want to call it a first date. I would say it's like a hangout, or it's like, okay, I'm getting to. I don't want to break pockets, or I just want to see like if it's hard to explain. Like, if I just want to get to know you real quick to see if there's anything, then maybe a Starbucks. And as long as I get my points, okay? Okay. Coffee dates, ice cream dates, same thing. I don't mind doing it. Actually, let me rephrase it. I don't mind doing it. It's just I wouldn't consider it a first date. I would consider it like a hangout. Like we're just grabbing some coffee or some ice cream and going for a walk just to see how it is. And the way I view dating is it like what a date means is very so I wouldn't 20 family function. If I don't know you, I am not going on a I'm not going to your family function. I get nervous. Greetings, Dr. Vibes. Greetings, greetings. If I don't know you and you're inviting me to a family function, I'm weary. Like what's going on? Like why are you testing me? Are you trying to see what I'm gonna do if we go to a family function? Like, or is your mom gonna be there? Is your dad gonna be there? Is your aunties, cousins, and all that stuff? I'm gonna be nervous. I'm gonna be nervous. I'm not gonna lie. You might see a different side, like, because everyone has a side, right? Everyone shows like, oh, Everyone has different sides. If you show each side to the person, kudos for you. But me, I'm more reserved when I see family members because I don't want them to see me as like mad cat and stuff, right? No, I'm gonna be more calm, more reserved. But oh, I'm gonna add another one to this afterwards. But yeah, family function, movie night. Hmm. So people want to do Netflix and chilling. People want to do Netflix and chill. I'm not coming to your yard. You're not coming to my yard for Netflix and chill. That's like on the first date. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. So that I don't care if it's Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Crave. You're not doing that. And then there's some slick people too, eh? There's slick people too that'll be like, oh yo, let's go to the park and I'll bring my laptop and we can listen to some or watch something on their laptop. Actually, I've done that actually. I but it was not a first date. It wasn't a first date cuz like I said, I like movies. So I actually miss when laptops had DVDs players so you could actually watch something, but that's another story. Number 22, somewhere that requires a long drive. Um, I guess because it depends. Like, okay, so let's say if you wanted to go to a winery, like outside of Toronto, you would have to go do a long drive, like a 2-hour drive. So I guess you gotta pick and choose what you want to do, right? I guess that's not the ideal, or you would want to drive your own car. But you see the gas these days, I'm okay with carpooling, but I have to know you for a long time. Yeah, actually, I've known you for a while, and then we're about to go on our first date. Bowling, bowling's fun if you're competitive. Boom. Um, duh, nightclubs. I am not doing that. Mind you, where I met my ex was in a nightclub, but obviously that wasn't a first date. But actually, I've met a couple people in a club, but I would not go as a first date to a nightclub. Nah, you're trying to catch me. You're trying to catch me, especially if it's a soca fest. I'm not going to a soca fest as a date. I'm not going to a nightclub as a date because I'm not going to talk about it online. But I am not going to a soca fest as a first date or a nightclub. Unless maybe a lounge, maybe like jazz and stuff, maybe that, but not like a nightclub. Hookah bar. I guess if you're thinking about a lounge, the hookah bar is the same. And what a bar for just drinks. A bar for just drinks. I don't think that's an issue. Because I feel like that's like little types of activities, right? So maybe it's like joined with like going to dinner first and then you go get drinks after. But don't try to get me tipsy. Okay? Waffle House. We don't have Waffle House here, so can't relate. Sports event. Um Sports events are actually dope. Like I don't understand why that would be one of them. I'm actually really confused with that list. I don't see an issue with sports events. Cuz if you like Raptors, Blue Jays, Argos and all that stuff, the Leafs, why not? Especially if you have that interest, why not go? Right? So that is the list. And I actually did some research, and there is a list of things that some ladies would not go to in Canada. But I actually thought about some places. Joey's. I don't know if Joey's is considered a chain restaurant, but Joey's isn't cheap. Joey's isn't cheap, right? There's also sorry. There's Joey's. I have some person that wrote something. McDonald's, Tim Hortons. Actually, sorry. Let me repeat what they said. So Sharon, actually, I like my first date to be a coffee date because it's the vibe. If the vibe isn't good, we can just cut short and cut both of our losses in the time wasted. Now, for the second date, and I'm doing this because based on how it's written, I will not shower, shave, put on makeup, get my nails done, and hair did, approximately $400 Canadian, and be taken to the following places: McDonald's, Tim Hortons, his parents' basement, the room he rents, the family home he still lives in with the wife and kids, even though they are separated. Kelsey's. There's nothing wrong with Kelsey's. Um, Wild Wings, Denny's, Harvey's, Wendy's, Taco Bell. True. I'm not messing with Taco Bell. No, no, no. Right? What else? KFC. I agree. I agree. Sunrise. I can rock with Sunrise. Mr. Jerk, Niceys. Yep, I said it. Even black-owned businesses can get this smoke. Take me to Little Moore's for high-end Caribbean cuisine. But I heard that place is not that great. But I haven't been there, so I can't be the judge. But I don't think. And I also mentioned where's the place? Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to find it. The other places, Moxie's, Jack Astor's, Mandarin, like to name a few. I don't think those places are bad to go to, personally. And I have to say this. I have to say this. Depending on your age, remember, it depends on your age group, folks. And I'm not attacking the women for this because once again, when I said the question, how high is your chest for this? I also am talking about the men too. Like, how do you how do you think the night's gonna end if you're saying like, yeah, let's go to Wendy's to get to know you as our first date? Are you crazy? What am I gonna get at Wendy's, huh? I don't even eat food like that. I just want the fries, and usually the fries are something that I go to while I'm like driving, getting a little snack. I don't. No, no, it's not okay. It's not okay as a first date. But at the same time, I understand that men, they are in this predicament where they feel like there's a game that's being run on them, and there's some ladies that just want to get that free meal and done. However, let's not forget, men, that some of y'all are the reason why you're doing this is to reel us in for certain things. So the ladies want the food and you want the cookie. So you gotta I understand there's a game that's being played, but we also have to be cautious about how we're dating or venting people out, or whether they're gold diggers, whether they're cheap, broke, blah, 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 all that stuff. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. But I think if you at the same time, if I like you or I enjoy your company, it doesn't really it almost doesn't matter where we go as long as it's planned accordingly, or you actually took in the things that I like or the food that I like, and that you'll actually, you know, eat, like go to the places that we'll be able to have a better understanding of where we want to go, and like we'll be able to eat the appropriate stuff, right? That's just my theory on this. But I did find another list, but this list is outrageous, I must say. This list is actually outrageous. um but before I find the list, I always do my stats and all that good stuff. I like to make sure you guys are fully aware of what's going on. Um, where is my stats? So, and this is the reason why I want to have the stats, because the average cost. So as you could see, the folks that are in Toronto, you know that the price gone up. The recession is real, right? Recession is real, and I'm not understanding why things are expensive, but obviously inflation and all that. Um, but the average meal for a mid-range restaurant in Toronto will be around $50 per person. And if you're trying to be cost conscious but go on a date, you could go closer to 25. But I've been hearing these outrageous things like, "Oh, if they don't spend $200 on me when we go out." And I'm like, "What?" Okay, so now let's get this straight. Let's get this straight. You want someone to be a provider, protector, and all that great stuff, right? So you want the first night to be $200. What are your expectations for the second date? That's what I want to know. I want the ladies to tell me, like, for real, like real talks. Like, what are your expectations if a guy drops $200 on you on the first date, or fellas, you can answer this too. If you drop $200 on the first date, how much are you going to budget for the second date and the third date, and so on and so forth? And ladies, I have a question for you. At which date are you going to say, like, you know what, you've been taking me out, it's on me and stuff? Which ladies are actually going to agree to that? And I want to know at what date are you willing to say, like, oh, no, 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 I got this? Or are you gonna add to the tip or whatnot? Because I've seen some ladies say, like, no, some pay for something. Camille, what? What? No. And I'm gonna tell you some real stories of I've experienced. Cause like I've been to the STK. So I heard about STK when it came to Earn Your Leisure, right? And they were talking about $500 for first. I was like, okay. Anyone that's spending $500 on a date is wild, because that means you're in a tax bracket that a lot of people are in, so you're a one percenter. And I find it not realistic, because the pay average salary in Canada, folks, is like, hold on, let me find the average as of right now. Average salary in Toronto, the average salary in Toronto as of October 23rd is $57.50. Sorry, I almost got mad. 50 $57,000 550. Okay? So that's equivalent to 1100 a week, or 4700 a month. Are you telling me you want someone? Let's start with the 200 first. You want someone to budget to spend well, it's 4%, but still 4% of their take home, or not even take home, their gross. And you know what take home is worse, of their money on you. And I just, gross, gross, gross. It's gross. I think that's I think it would be outrageous for someone to be like, "Oh, yep, I'm okay, $200. Boom. Take me each night." So think about it. That's 200. And how many times do you want to go out? I'm thinking once a week, okay? So $200 a week times 4, that's 800. So then now let's go back to what it is. That's 16% of their gross. We're going to say gross is 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 going towards a date towards you. And I'm not saying you're not worth it. However, we have to think about budgeting. 60% towards eating out is outrageous in my eyes. Um, and I think we need to be more realistic and just say, like, yo, it doesn't have to be a $200 meal. Like, and It doesn't have to be 200. It just boggles my mind. It doesn't have to be 500 or anything. Unless you can afford it. If you can afford it, cool. But I would never demand a person to spend 200 to $500 on a date on me. Nah, that's not happening. Nope, 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 nope. And I even got, and this is while I'm trying to look for the list again because I know where it is. I just, I'm always finding things. I even spoke to friends. So this is for this list was for heterosexual individuals, but I even spoke to some of my friends that date like the same sex and stuff, and I was like, "Yo, are ladies wilding like this?" And they're like, "No, they're not. We're not going to these 5-star restaurants. We're gonna go wherever you feel like going. If you say you like this is where we're going." So I'm like, okay, I respect that. I even ask fellas too that I know, same sex, and they're like, no, they don't ask these type of questions. However, don't take me to Dairy Queens. Don't take me to Dairy Queens. I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. But I'm and I want to have like a deep dive like in a private conversation obviously because I don't need y'all to know all that. But I just think that some ladies' expectations for first dates are wild and maybe it's just but I also know that it was based on what we were taught. We need to have a man that provides and protects. But let's remember you also want someone that's financially stable, financially responsible, and able to figure out how to lead with their money. But if they're spending their money so what's the right word? Irresponsible to for certain things, you're gonna have to be mindful in the future, right? Hold on, sorry, I'm missing out on all these conversations. Hold on. So Jay says coffee walks and for ice cream is to fill them out. If there's a connection, go for dinner for the next time or for that night or next time. Boom. Oops, got that one. The net is kind of gross for some. What else? What about both? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, I see a great question. Hold on. You're not even including travel time, cost of traveling, getting prepared, etc. Okay, that's you know what, Jay, that's actually very fair because both parties are um both parties are getting prepared, right? So me wanna know, come fellas, calculate how much it takes for you guys to get ready because the ladies always I've been seeing in the on internet that ladies are factoring in nails, hair, makeup, clothes and stuff. So fellas, maybe you should do that too. Do that too. You guys gotta factor that stuff in, right? And then start minusing. ah, and this is a great question. What about both parties being financially stable? And yes, both parties should be in a perfect world. In a perfect world you would hope that both individuals is financially stable. And you know what? There's gonna be certain ladies. So here's one thing. Some ladies have a lifestyle that they don't even eat at Red Lobster or Five Guys and all that stuff. So even if she met a guy that was like, "Oh, let's go to Five Guys," she'd be like, "I don't even go there for myself." So I really want the ladies to say, what places do you go with your homegirls and stuff? And then I would respect that because you want to keep the same lifestyle that you have. That I understand. If you have a certain lifestyle and that you are funding yourself, I understand that because like I say, I fund I fund my damn Wendy's. You're not taking me to Wendy's. I don't care. I like I was asked that the other day and I thought I was shocked and appalled. I was like, that's not a date. You're taking me to a hangout. If you want to say let's hang out, cool, but don't say that it's a date. Like that's actually insulting to me. But I also found another list, and I really thought it was a good list, yo. I really thought it was a great list. And then I actually read it again, and I was like, wow, this is actually outrageous. So thank you for that question, Dr. Vibe. Oh, there it is. Boom. Okay. Oh, I found it. I found it. Okay. So then here I thought this was a positive list, right? What let's name acceptable dates for going out. And this is I wonder if one can call in. I was asking if you wanted to come true. Don't ask me if wonder if people can call in. You could call in. Do you want to jump in? I told you this from the jump. And now you want to come true? Let me say my thing first before you come true, okay? Let me add this. Okay, so here's a list of acceptable dates for women that women said, and then I'll say the one for men. Some of them are stupid though, I'm not gonna lie. Acceptable according to women. Picnic, I agree. Not in this weather. Not in this weather. Amusement park, I don't fuck with roller coasters, so no. Ice skating, that is good. That is good. Mini golf, I like. Go karting, especially if you're competitive, I agree. Drive-in movie, maybe. If I known you for a while, maybe yes. Theater, yeah, that's movies. Bowling, yes, good. Aquarium, I like. I like. Ferris wheel. Then you're gonna know the real me, and I'm scared of heights. Oh shucks. Okay, sorry. Theaters is like as plays and stuff. That can go. That can go on. Movies, rooftop. I guess if you want to see the sunset and stuff, cool. That's fine. The beach. I think that you can correspond that with the picnic. Planetarium. I don't know what that is. Cool. I guess. The pier. Yeah, we have some in Toronto, so that's cool. Watching the sunset. Watching the stars. Yes. You know, you get a blanket and you just cuddle up and things. You know. That's but that these are first dates that you've actually have chemistry and it's fine. You have to remember it's all about the chemistry as well. Bungee park. That could be fun. Anywhere fun where we can play games like Palladium and stuff. I agree. Non-chain restaurants. Okay. So that's what the women said, right? And this is why you guys upset my soul, eh? Sometimes you guys upset my soul because this is what the men said. I'm never talking to you ever again if someone says, meet me at the graveyard. No. Funeral. No. Cemetery. No. Strip club. Questionable. Depends who you are. Movies. Yeah. Dark alley. This is sketchy. No. Obviously, this is a troll type of thing. Hiking. Maybe. If it's a long hike, no, I don't want to do it. I've reached my cap. I understand which type of hikes, trails and stuff I like. If it's hours, I don't like them anymore. Arcades is cool. Costco, you're wilding. Cheesecake Factory, meh. Comedy club, yes, but I wouldn't want to sit in the front because when it's a comedy club, you know they be hacking you. Legoland, maybe cool. Um, Playing Fortnite in a basement, absolutely not. A small romantic dinner, okay. Supermarket shopping, trampoline park, maybe. Hospital, since it's expensive, this is must be Americans. No. Corn maze, that could actually be fun. Children's McDonald's Playhouse, I don't even know if they have those anymore. Crime scene and a walk. Nah, fam. Nah, 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 nah. Last two. Obviously, these are trolling type of things because you guys are foolish sometimes. I'm not gonna do the list of. Okay, I'll do a quick run. A group of women make a list of the kinds of men you should never date. I'm not co-signing this. Actually, I'm not gonna do this one. I'm not gonna do this one. Jay, if you want to come on, you can. Just let me know and I'll be able to send you the let me see how I can invite you quickly. Oh, let me see how I can do it. Cuz I just want folks to be mindful of budgeting cuz I'm really want people to be cost conscious and I'm cost conscious because so hear me out. Hear me out. When it comes to being cost conscious, I first of all, I'm not gonna if I'm not comfortable with the place because it's expensive, I'm like, oh, I don't know because I don't have my Vex. And I'm saying Vex money. Um, it doesn't have to be Vex money, but you should always have your money on you, no matter what, ladies. If you're not comfortable with the date and you just want to go Dutch, boom, bam, bam. Um, But there has been a time when I went to a place and I wasn't comfortable with how much things cost. Because I originally was like, "Oh yeah, we could go through during happy hour. That'll be okay." I'm actually okay with happy hour, Groupons, and all that things. Will there be other lady that's okay with it on the first date? Probably not. But like once again, I am cost conscious about um how much guys spend on dating and stuff, and even the folks that ladies that date too. You're gonna be cost conscious about it. Uh-oh, I've someone that wants to call in. We have a caller, you're in. Oh, what's it?
Hello.
Hello, Jay.
Hello, hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm wonderful, Camille. How you doing?
All is well. All is well. Hungry but good. I've been doing a detox. However, wait, before we start, tell the folks who you are so they're able to get a grasp of why you decided to call in on this chat. And you have to come somewhere where there's light. Come on, sir.
Of course, of course, of course. I'm gonna get into a more quieter spot. I was in a kind of a dungeon, and I'm actually listening to the video, and it's like doing a lot of feedback, so it's confusing me a little bit. So
Okay, my bad. So how's it going, Jay?
wonderful.
Nice. And what do you do, Jay?
Well, I teach financial literacy. I am a WFG agent. I'm a life insurance agent, and my goal is to help people become financially literate.
Okay, so welcome. So, folks, can you please welcome Jay and all that good stuff? He wants to give his perspective on this lovely topic because I actually wanted to have a healthy conversation with a gentleman about this because um I think it's just getting outrageous, right? Just a
Yeah,
little bit.
it is ridiculous. Like I've seen this list circling around like for a while now, and honestly, I just shake my head and I'm just like, who made this?
You know what? I honestly think it's like obviously most African Americans made it because there's barely anything in Canada. Like I had to talk about like some of them that I can relate here because I heard like Montana's,
Hmm.
Jack Astor's, Moxie's, Joey's, and all that. So I'm not sure if those are considered like chain restaurants as well. But also, I think it's just younger individuals that want them chest high and them want to, they want that good food. They want that filet mignon.
Yeah, excuse me. Well, if they have the money for it, then go for it, but I
Okay,
wouldn't
okay.
advise it.
Hold on. Because first, now what I'm gonna ask you is the last couple times you have gone on a first date,
Hmm.
where was it at? Be honest.
Be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I
Mm-hmm.
like food, man. If the vibe is good, then I take them out to like a nice restaurant.
Such
Find out
as
what they like and just
yeah.
eat.
Okay, so what restaurant have you been to last couple times?
Hmm. Hmm.
See,
I'm
it
trying to
doesn't
even
really.
remember the last time I went on an actual date. You know what I mean?
I know,
You
because the
know.
definition's very
Yeah.
wary.
It definitions it varies from individual to individual. You know. Well, one the last time I went on a date
Mhm.
was like I was in Greek town. It was a nice Greek restaurant. I was
Okay.
feeling for some Greek food,
Mhm.
and I just, after we got to know each other a little bit, I said, "Hey, let's hit up this spot." I always wanted to try some of the souvlaki and all that, and I asked her if she likes that stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm down." So,
Okay. Awesome. So, would you consider that a first date though? Because you're already in the neighborhood and you guys were just walking around?
oh no, 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 no. This is like I met this person somewhere, like at a function or whatever,
Mhm.
got their number, we talk, we communicate,
Yeah.
build some rapport. And I say, hey, why don't we catch up over dinner? Let's get to know each other better there. And,
Okay.
let's do that.
Okay. So you're a foodie too. Oh, so here's the question.
I
Okay.
like food, man. I love food.
So you're a foodie
Yeah.
and she's a foodie.
Yeah.
So you guys are having a good time and stuff. But because she's a foodie, she loves to take photos of her food
Mm-hmm.
on a first date. Is that okay?
Go on. Me no business. Take photos. I'll take photos too. Why not? Look, I took photos yesterday of me cooking some food up, man. I'm not the most world's biggest chef, but I put some photos up. If you've seen it on Instagram or whatever, you seen
I
my
did,
dish. Like people know me that I'm not a cook, And when I put a dish together, like they're like, "What? You did this?" I'm like, "Yeah." Because if I'm determined to do something, I'm gonna get it done. So
So taking photos of food is okay.
yeah, it's
Okay.
harmless.
Um let's go based on that video too. First of all, what would you do if you were that gentleman where she did click?
In my own car, in my own car. Wow, you really want to bring out the Jamaican side of me. You want to bring out the roughness out of me. Mm.
Ooh, cuz I was like, "Kuya."
To keep it somewhat semi-professional and to keep it somewhat clean,
No,
like,
there's no cleanness have been here. I've
oh,
been
this is
fresh.
just whatever. It's
Yeah,
free for all.
this is free for all. This is
Oh,
keep it.
really?
Yeah.
Kick out my ass, Carius. I said, "Oh yeah, deal with man." I said, "You're trying to lock me out of my own car?" I'm like, "You're crazy. Date is done." Like, I wouldn't even consider dropping her. I'm like, that's mad disrespectful. I'm like, come on, you
Mm-mm.
know,
You,
you wouldn't. I'd kick you right out of my car. So find your way home. Take an Uber. I'll even give you money for that for your own safety. At least I care that much enough, and
oh,
I'm
sweet.
gone. And I'll enjoy the food all by myself wherever I'm at. I don't care.
You know what? I ain't gonna hold you. Like when I see that, I was like, she has to go. Like she's actually lucky he was nice enough to drop her home. But me, I would have been starving. So I'd have been like, you know what? I'm staying here. You're gonna get an Uber. Here, I'll give you the Uber, but
Hmm.
I'm going to eat. Because granted, and also is because she was an hour late is the reason why she missed out on the opportunity of
That's
having
her
a
fault.
good restaurant.
That's her fault. Being on, when you're dating or you're going on so many dates. As I said, I haven't been out too actively in a while, but when I used to,
Yeah.
one of my pet peeves is people being on time. Like, I tolerate, the 15, I give 15 minutes.
15
For
minutes,
for
guys?
me,
Okay.
for
Okay.
me, I give 15 minutes because I know it takes ladies a little bit longer to prepare and whatnot. 15 minutes, 20 minutes, depending on the traffic, but a whole
Mm.
hour, 2 hours, I'm like, really, sis? And at that point, I'll eat the food and I'm gone. I'll go straight home. And you can pay your own food afterwards. There ain't no date after that.
Oh. Okay, so I have another question because this is the question I was given. Okay. So if you said you had a budget, let's say you had a budget for a certain amount
Uh-huh.
um on this. So let's say we're going on a date and you have a budget of a certain amount. I don't know what the amount is,
Yeah.
right? And all of a sudden I'm like, I'm racking it up. I'm getting drinks and stuff. Are you going to say, hey, hey? Or
Yeah,
are you
I
going
will.
to,
I'll be like,
at what
chill.
point? At what point? Are you gonna say, so the question is, are you going to go to a restaurant where you know that your budget is going to be ideal for that and have a little wiggle room? Or are you going to just want to go try out a new restaurant, not sure how much it is, and be like, well, I hope she's not going to go over my budget and stuff? Like, I don't know if that
I'm
makes
I'm a
sense.
planner. So I
Oh,
actually research these things before I go out, and I'll even, if it's something I like and I see the price, I'm like, okay, you know, if I feel that she's worth it,
mm-hmm.
from conversation, connections, and all that, that's the risk that I'm gonna take. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But if
So
it's
if she
somebody
goes
that,
over,
hmm,
though, your budget, what are you
if she
doing?
goes over my budget,
Is the sweat?
it is what it is. You take the hit at that point and just like, okay, keep it rolling. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you gotta roll with the punches. Sometimes you gotta give them that look and say, "Hey, sis, you calm down." You know what I mean? Like honestly, you know, if we're both working, unless if she wants to chip in and she asks, "Hey, can I chip in for my own portion?" I'm like, by all means. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, okay, now that good. I'm glad you said that.
Good, because I want to open this thing up. I'm tired. I'm tired of this nonsense with both parties. You know what I mean? Like, be grown up about it. If you can't honestly afford to go out on a date, I posted it up in the video or whatever. If you're
Yeah.
financially unstable,
Mhm.
dating is not your priority. Number one, for both parties, in my opinion. Your
Wait,
first
wait, say it
priority,
again. Say it again.
date,
I think I seen you say
if
it. Okay.
both parties, if one or both parties are financially unstable,
Mhm.
dating is not your priority. That is not your priority.
I've heard this statement so many times.
It's not. I'll tell you from my own experience.
Yeah.
When I was dead broke many, many years ago, I only had $100 to my name 15 years ago. Dating is not on my mind. My focus is how the heck do I get my money up? How do I make sure I have a place to stay? How do I make sure I can travel and do the things I need to do to sustain myself? That is my first priority
Mhm.
as a man. Dating is like non-existent at that point. You want to, but at the same, you got to make sacrifices.
So for the fellas that how do I say this in a nice way? So the guys that are financially unstable, you said it, they should not be even looking upon a next girl.
No, because what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for
Mhm.
that person? If you want to like pursue this woman and say I'm quarter and so how? You are financially unstable. You can't provide for her in the future. What? None of the struggle love crap because all that breed is more struggle. You might find somebody. You might woo her somehow. You end up doing things you shouldn't do, and next thing you have children that you can't really afford or raise, and that's just struggle up. That's none of
Struggle
that, man.
love. Struggle love. What?
I'm not. No, none of that. Both on both parties, not just men.
Yeah.
I can speak for my men. I speak for men because I'm a man. In
Yeah.
my opinion,
Mhm.
men shouldn't be doing that. Their first priority is making sure you're stable, not
Mhm.
just financially, but mentally, spiritually, in all aspects of your being.
Mhm. I agree. I agree. I agree. And you know what? I do agree with women that aren't financially stable. They shouldn't be trying to get a free meal. I know it happens. I know it
It
happens.
has. It
It's
happens
just,
a lot, and quite frequently, actually.
but I also know, like, and let's be fair, there's some guys that don't actually care how much a woman makes, right? Some. They're like, you could be like, oh yeah, I have my master's, I have this, and the guy would be like, okay, what does that have to do with anything? I'm still gonna take you out. And you're like, well,
Exactly.
damn. I'm like, well, damn. Don't you want to make sure that I'm good too, man?
Of
Some,
course.
but is there more? No, that's not a good question. So basically, both individuals should be financially stable to be going on dates, because you never
Yeah,
know
you
if.
should both. It would be nice, yes. But more so, in my opinion, more so the man. You know what I mean? If you're the one that's asking her out,
Mm-hmm.
you should be in the position to be like, yo, to a degree, I'm cool with the but what you have in your mind, okay, I'm gonna spend $200-300 on this date. You should
Yeah.
be cool with that. If you have a problem
What?
spending
How
that,
much? How much? How much?
well, whatever your
No, no.
budget is.
I'm just asking you. What was the budget that you just had?
Well, you
That
gotta
you
put it
just
in
said.
you gotta think in your mind too. Like I also brought up, you have traveling costs, gas, haircut, whatever. For women, it's much more or whatever. So you have your fixed budget, whatever that is.
Yeah.
If you
Oh.
cannot afford to go out,
Mm-hmm.
then you shouldn't be going out. Don't
Fair enough.
ask people out
So, what do you think about the average price in Toronto? They said $50 per
for a
person.
date for both
50.
parties. Well, because
No,
well,
no, no,
cost
no, no.
is
The so the average. Oh no, I just missed it. The average cost for
okay.
a dinner
Uh
is
huh.
$50 per person. A
Depends
mid
on where you're
range.
going.
Yeah, mid range. So that's okay. Ideally, that's $100 for one date.
Yeah,
I think that's reasonable.
that's reasonable. I'm cool with that
Anything over
personally.
that, that's when I'm like, oh my gosh.
Trust
I'd
me,
be looking.
dates are not cheap, man.
I know. And
Dates are
imagine
not
if.
cheap. The last date I went on with drinks and all that, it ranged up to close to 200. And I was like, ooh, okay. Oof. The drinks is what brought it up, not so
Oh,
much the food. The
yeah,
liquor brought it up, and that's why I'm like, you know what? Gonna have to. It's not. I gotta cut out the liquor. It's not just me drinking. It's sometimes
yeah.
the date is like after a drink or two. I'm like, okay, late. After two drinks, I'm like, nah, you gotta stop. As number one, you drove, so
Okay,
I'm like,
so
you
so
shouldn't be drinking too much.
so two
So
drinks
2 drink
max.
limit.
Okay. True, because, and hold on, I got a comment here. Um, there are many people with their masters who are broke. True, true, true. But it was just a figure out speech. It's a figure out speech. Um, and I want
That
else.
is, that's funny.
I think hi. Got a hi over here, and then there's someone that said hi to you as well. Oh, you know Vanessa. Yes,
Oh yes, yes. Thank you
yes,
for
yes,
this
yes,
beautiful
yes, yes.
black unk. Mwah.
Ah.
You know,
I just remembered. You remember, or you know her as well.
of course.
I just think $100 is reasonable for a first date.
Yeah,
And what is your expect? So, how much do you think the second date is gonna cost then?
that depends on the individual you're interacting with. Sometimes it could be free. Sometimes you don't have to go on a second. You can just walk in the park. You can get ice cream. You can
Mhm.
go out in different spot, spend less or spend a little bit more. Like it depends. It
True,
really does.
true. Because I think the way I was thinking of it is, and once again, ladies, I know we are valuable. It's just what are your if your first date expectations is like over $100, what is your expectations for the second and third date? That's my concern.
Mm,
Because if you think every time they go out they're gonna drop two bills on you,
no, no,
golly.
I wouldn't do that personally.
Yeah, and I mean if someone can, if they're able to do that, cool, but what are the expectations? And then what is the expectations on your end? Like after you drop two bills every time. Like let's be and you can be free. What is your expectations if you drop $200 on a lady?
$200 all the time. Like for how
Uh
long?
let's say the first three.
Well, we better be. We be. That's a good question.
Cause
If
that's where
we're
it comes.
if we're vibe if the vibe is that if for me to drop 200 all the time, you've got to be like, damn, I'm in like whipped. I'm like, ooh, you got some potion, some spell. I'm like, yo, I better get a kiss at least out of that or something, you know.
Each time, each date.
Each date on the first date, no, that's never on a first date. But after 3 dates, I'm dropping that much. And our vibe is very, it depends on the vibes, very strong. If it's very strong, then it's whatever. If it's
Yeah,
not that strong, it ain't gonna go past really the first date. You know what I mean?
true. Okay, I was just clarifying. I was just clarifying because you said I better get at least a kiss, and I was like, wow. I understand, kind of, sort of, you know.
You know, some ladies are stingy, man. Like
Not
there
stingy.
are dudes that don't do nothing and they can get away with whatever they want. And so another man could be like put in all
But
the
it's the
effort, can't even
chemistry.
get a hug or kiss out of that. So what the hell is that about?
But it's the chemistry at the same time.
Yeah, it is a chemistry at the same time, you know?
I mean, if you're willing to, it depends. It depends. It has to do with the
It's all
chemistry.
various. It depends.
Yes, yes.
But
I won't say like women you have to do something because nah. If you're not comfortable doing anything, then you don't have to do anything. If
no.
you if you have like you're having a good feeling, you're having a good connection, then you want to do something. Hey, do you,
Hey,
boo?
we're all grown folks here, man. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, keep it
Yeah,
moving.
yeah. But like this list. Okay, so what is your? I'll ask you five. What's your five acceptable first dates?
I'm a chill guy, man. I'm very simple, man. It doesn't take much to impress me. For a man, for me,
Hmm.
as I said, if depends on the connection. If I'm trying to feel you out and even talking on the phone, we're still, you know, we'll do like a little coffee. Picnic. I would love to have a picnic when the weather's right. You know,
Not this weather.
not in this weather. Clearly not. Walk in this weather. If you love the winter, fine. But you know, both of us are black. Both of us are Jamaican. We don't love the cold, so
So you say picnic. Wait, so you consider a coffee date first date?
Depends on the vibe. Like it's more of a feel. As I agree with the hangout, it's more of a feel out to see if this person's like if the connection is there or not. If the vibe goes well, then we'll go on. We'll actually go on a date that day or the next day. You know what I mean? It's more of a feel out for me.
Okay, so now the question is with the coffee date or the hangout date, if she's dressed, does it determine based on how she's dressed?
Well, wouldn't you prepare the person prior? If I told somebody, I say, "Hey, let's just get coffee or tea. I just want to get to know you better." If she's coming there in heels and she's all glammed up, I'm like, "What the hell? It's just coffee, man. What are you expecting?" I'm like,
I don't go anywhere without my Fenty after wear my
that's
heels.
on you. That's on you. If I tell you from straight up from up front, I'm an upfront individual. I don't have time to play games or anything. I tell you as it is.
Yeah,
If I'm telling you, let's meet up for coffee, I don't expect you to be like glammed up or anything. You
fair,
know, we're
fair.
just there to just have a conversation, get to know each other. Let's see, if we have a strong vibe and see if we can build off that. If it's good, then actually go on a date. And the second date, then get glammed up all you want. I don't care. It's all good to me. You
Fair
know,
enough, fair enough. And wait, you only said two things for your first dates. I asked for five.
you asked for five,
Mm.
so coffee. Restaurants.
Uh-huh.
Um, I like poetry and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I love listening to a nice lounge or some music and stuff like that. Just
Yeah.
smooth atmosphere and whatever. And
Yes.
the last part, I'm having a hard time thinking about this one because the other spots you named, like movie theaters and stuff, like clubs, like those are
Mm.
places that you don't like a place where you can actually have a conversation. You can actually somewhat hear yourself and the other person.
Think.
You know, you
Especially be
know,
able to think.
you know.
Darn it, I
So
don't even think I said mine.
yeah, what
Um
are yours?
Shucks, now I put myself on the spot, eh?
Yeah, surprise.
Well, I love food, so food must go on.
Yeah,
I
food
don't
is
care.
definitely is a
Food
must.
food has to happen because I am not I get hangry, I get moody when I'm hungry. So um I wouldn't mind a picnic, and I think a picnic would have to be with someone that I've known for a while.
I
So
agree.
because someone that I just met is not going to know what type of food I like or uh, I mean they can, or like it could be cute like, "Oh, let's go to the supermarket and grab some stuff for our picnic," right? Something
Mhm.
cute like that. Maybe because I'm a quirky person, I think, especially if like
Quirky.
I am a little bit. If
We're all quirky a little bit. Like whatever, man.
I mean, if someone is into that, I would be okay with doing that, right? Especially on a warm day, because I do like people watching as well.
Mm.
But that's another story. Picnic. I don't care about the chain restaurants. I really don't care. Like it's
Yeah,
whatever.
neither. Like, what's the big deal? Like, I mean, food is
Like as
food.
long as the food's nice, I'm okay.
Exactly.
Maybe if it's a place I always attend, I always go. So like example, like if you want to have like a good experience, you wouldn't take someone to the same place they always go to, right? So like
No.
say, "Oh yeah, I and I'm not talking Red Lobster because I love Red Lobster." Like, "Oh, I love Red Lobster." And it's like my birthday. I probably wouldn't go for my no, but that wouldn't be a good first date. Oh,
Mm,
that a first date on your birthday? Absolutely not.
mm-mm.
That's just me thinking,
Nah.
nah, 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 nah.
Your
Don't,
day of
don't,
birth is sacred. You
yeah,
keep that to
don't,
yourself, kind of
don't
thing.
do that. Yeah. Um, Shucks. So picnic, chain restaurant, bowling, I like. I think I've gone pool as well.
A pool is
And
cool.
I don't even mind like a breakfast. I've actually done that and I was really nervous at first. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what,
Breakfast.
what if I
What's your breakfast
breakfast?"
joint?
Sunset Grill
Ah, nice.
or Denny's, but Denny's is like on my birthday, so that's
Okay, okay.
um oh, there's another place. Is there another place? Or I like to no, but I don't even have Coca Cabanas. But like a place like that would be cool. Like something with like a good experience, like entertainment at the same time. But ones I will say maybe not is medieval time.
Oh, why you dying of laughter here? Tell me what's up
Because
with this list.
I've always thought about going to medieval time, grabbing the
Uh-huh.
chicken and be like, "Rah!" There is nothing um there's no
Well,
etiquette with doing that at medieval time. So that's definitely a no-go. Do not go to medieval.
no.
Um,
Copacabana is pretty good. The one in
yeah,
Niagara Falls is the best one.
really.
Yes.
Well, minanua because I don't eat meat no more. But the one at
There's chicken and
Yonge and
shrimp,
Eglinton,
man.
there's shrimp there too.
There was the last time I went.
Shit! Don't tell me this.
There was shrimp. There was like pineapple.
Okay, so now that you said Niagara Falls, would you go there on a first date?
On a first date, no.
True. I
That has to be something that to
You know the
build up
person.
on.
You know the
Yeah.
person. So I think the one thing about this first date expectation is the chemistry, getting to
Hmm.
know someone. I feel like there's certain ones where you'd have to get to know the person a little bit more to be able to do that.
Of
Those
course.
adventurous dates and just be mindful. That's all I really want folks to like really take this in consideration because like it is financial literacy month and I wanted something fun and like thinking about money and I think it has to be fun too and it shouldn't be like you're all stuck up and stuff and you're like
Yeah. I
it
mean,
just doesn't make sense and to me it doesn't make sense.
you know what it is? It's just I think you should have expectations. Everyone should have expectations, but I think that's even a conversation even before you even get on a date, sometimes that should be had to like, yo, what are your expectations on this and that?
Mhm.
I don't expect somebody who definitely don't have it to front and just blow their money trying to impress whoever. That's not financially sound. That's not wise.
Listen,
It's to me is silly.
if you're doing that because you only are there's only one goal
Yeah, of course.
this
We
day.
all know what that is on both ends. Like
I know, but
I
because
just
I
shake my head and say, why? That's a gamble, man. If you want something guaranteed, just do what you need to do. And I will not say any more than that.
what does that
Like,
mean?
it is what it is, man.
I sorry, even though this is it's PG, somewhat PG, but
Hey, look, I'm keeping it PG, man. You're the one that's like cussing over there and all that. Yeah,
no,
you.
because Wendy's, if
Wendy's is a no, man. For a first
everyone
date,
everyone
no.
it says Wendy. Okay, so let's do black owned stuff as well. And I know this is a long conversation, but it's okay because I like these conversations. Where did we go the other day? Buchan.
Yeah, that's where we had my brunch last year for my birthday.
Yes. How and happy early birthday, by the way. Um,
Happy what? Pardon?
happy early birthday. What are you talking about?
My birthday passed long time
No,
ago.
it didn't. Shut up. Don't do this to me.
You guys don't pay attention. You have all my info. You know, by the way, Camille does my taxes, and she does a very great job of keeping me aligned financially in
Oh,
that
thank you, sir.
in that
Oh,
field.
don't do that to me. Don't do this. Hold
And
on.
she has all my personal info. So for you not to have my birthday,
No, because I just,
oh man,
you know what, guys?
I'm getting you on this
Wow,
one.
look at this. Look at the time, y'all. No,
You
stop
have
it.
my info, man. You should know right away. No email, no text, nothing. Not even say happy birthday. You're such a good client of mine. That okay? Well, okay. I
Hold
see.
on. You know why? I think I'm going based on when you had your birthday brunch. Nah, man, you're pulling my leg right now because right now I'm trying to go back to receipts. But what was I saying before? Yes, Bukon. So trying to throw you
Yeah.
off. Black owned restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Yay or nay?
For Bukon,
Like for first dates.
why not?
Okay. So mom and pop shops or restaurants are a-okay as well, right?
Why not? It's unique. They're
It's,
unique. They specialize in a certain dish that your date might appreciate. Or you mention it and you
what do you
say,
mean
"Oh,
might? What do you mean might? Don't you already know what I like? Cause okay, see
sorry,
this?
not might. Would appreciate. Sorry.
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
I wouldn't take someone somewhere
So for example,
that doesn't like that food.
let's say you like pasta and you love like jerk foods and spices and stuff. Sugar cane, give them a little shout out. They have this nice jerk chicken linguine. Beautiful. I love it.
Mm.
So
But
if
you
you
love
love
it. But do
I
they
love
love
it.
it?
If she loves it, if she's like, "Ooh, that sounds interesting. I want to try it," then I bring her there. Let's go it. Boom.
Backside.
And if we're vibing, why the heck not? So it is what it is, man.
Jay, I'm so sorry.
I'm cracking you up with some. I'm giving you. You're
That's
getting
because
some
I did
joy.
my research. I did my research. I am so sorry. Golly. But don't worry, I'll
It's okay, man. I don't tell everybody my birthday. You know what I mean? I like to keep that private. And also, for those who really, really know me, know what's up. So.
Oh shucks. Nah, man, it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week.
Yeah,
I
I
told
know
you
it's been
the
a rough week
situation.
for everybody. That's
It's true,
okay.
it's true. So my bad. But however, um because it's
I'm
your
teasing
first
you. Don't
time.
worry, man.
No, but it's you caught me good on this live.
Mm.
Um what are three things? Because I'm always gonna I know like we didn't fully establish this conversation, but I always ask someone that comes online, what are the three things you wish you knew about money in the past? Or three things you wish to tell, let's say four, two for women, two for men, about this first date expectations. I think you did
Hmm.
one that first, but I really you could say that one again, or you could say two others. So two for women and two for men. Ah,
Well, let me speak for the men. If you're not financially stable, my personal opinion, do not even think about dating. Get yourself in order, find whatever you believe in, put your heart in it, go for it. Make sure you are stable no matter what. That is the first principle that my father taught me as a man
mm-hmm.
growing up. You must, whatever you do, it doesn't matter if you like it or not,
Yeah.
you must be stable financially until you find something or create something that you love to do and that your financial foundation is solid as a rock. And this is something I've learned throughout my business, through the business at World Financial Group, is to build a solid financial foundation. I always reiterate this, maybe not enough, but make sure you get the proper protection, the insurances, make sure you reduce your liabilities, build up your emergency fund, and then let's talk about investing. You know, if you don't have those things in order, my personal opinion,
Mhm.
dating shouldn't even be a thing on your mind. Your goal right now is, how do I make sure I even have a house to stay in or a place to rent? How do I make sure everything is up to date? You know, make sure I can stand on my own too, for heaven's sake. You dating and burning money that should be going elsewhere to build yourself up, is, to me, is, it's, I
Yeah.
don't think it's wise, especially if you're not bringing it in like that.
Mhm.
Um, Second advice
Mhm.
for men when they're looking for women. I'm no expert in dating. Just disclaimer, I'm no expert. You know, gotta look out for the gotta look out for the little things. Ok- sure, if you find this person attractive, they're beautiful, whatever physical preference you like. But the minute you see any form of disrespect, anything that you might just slide as, that might be a red flag, and you slide that just because you look, boom, don't take it for granted. This is speaking from experience. If anyone disrespects you, man or woman, kick that to the door. For me, there's no second chance. Once you disrespect me and you cross that line, I look
Mhm.
at you differently. And I personally don't want to deal with you.
I respect that. I respect
For
that.
the ladies,
Oh shit.
my personal advice, you know, don't follow the hype, don't believe the hype. You know, I'm not a woman. I can't tell you what to do. You all have your groups of sisterhoods that would guide you and teach you to, do the right thing. I just say, don't follow the hype. Don't believe what everything you hear and see,
Mm.
and what people say. You gotta trust your intuition, follow your heart, and yeah. And then the money, to make sure, yeah, you're stable too.
Mhm.
It's nice to fall back when you find the right partner, but always make sure that you stand on your own too. Because, take it from me as a man, I don't like a woman that just has no ambition and just broke and just sit there and just say, please do everything for me, kind of thing. And I'm just like, it's not the 1950s anymore. Things have changed, societies have changed.
Mhm.
You know, we gotta work together towards, building a better community. And
Mhm.
it starts with love, respect, and understanding from both parties and both ends. And these
Agree.
lists that Kamille brought up and other issues just seem to just get polarized and keep us divided. And you
Yeah.
know, we lean to one side or the other. As a man, I'm gonna kind of lean a little bit towards some of what the men say, because I'm a man, and some of the things
Not
I
that
hear and
graveyard though.
experience, what I am, you know,
Mhm.
and experiences, I kind of relate, because these are things that I personally experienced and say, yeah, that is true. But how do we evolve from
Mhm.
those experiences? How do we learn and cultivate from those experiences to make sure this is not a repeated experience? And I think it just takes, a deep look within, therapy if necessary, and if you're religious, prayer, meditation.
True.
So
True. True. Oh, that's a different story and everything. You said something that reminded me something else, but we will not go into that. Nothing bad,
another
nothing bad.
time.
I know. The way I chuckled, it seemed bad, but it's not. Um, but I love that advice that you gave for both men and women. And at the end of the day, is there is a gender war that's happening.
I think it's
Um,
deliberate.
and it's not cool. And I don't. Yes, it is deliberate, but I just don't understand
Why?
why and what the root of this. Oh, if he doesn't spend this much on me, he's whack because wouldn't you want someone that's financially responsible? And then now that you see that he's financially responsible, he'll be able to provide certain things for you at the end of the day. I have these conversations with my guy friends and stuff, and someone might call me a pick me, and okay, whatever. I just think me being in the financial services industry, it really bothersome to hear these expectations or these price range for first dates. That's why I'm bothered. And this is like if your average salary is $57 and you expect someone to spend $200 or $500 on you, you're out of your cock and picking mind. That's all I say. Your chest is high and you're not thinking about the heartbeat, as the title goes.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. Like I don't know what it is. This divide, this social media hyping things up, and just
But I
what's
also want to say is that some guys like to bash these women that are 1%. Like I personally don't know any women, me personally. Maybe there's some that do, that were like, "Yeah, if he doesn't drop $500 on me, I'm like, "Huh?"
yeah,
I would be like, "Huh? Are you serious? Serious?" Like I even had someone say like, "No, I don't want no coffee date, no ice cream date." I'm like, "Come on, sis. Let's be real. Like, can we be honest? It's not that bad." Cuz at the same time, later on in your life, you're going to want that. It's going to be okay. So, I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. But I'm glad you were able to jump in. I was asking you from time, but you want to come in the middle and things, but it's
yeah, I
okay.
know. Sometimes, I'm a busy man. Like I had a lot of things going on. I didn't even know if I wasn't even gonna make it to this podcast, and I said, "All right, I got some time. I made it in. It's like, oh shoot, it's 5:30. I'm like, oh snap. I was supposed to get back to you honestly, but I apologize.
But it's
That's
okay.
my
I
bad.
saw you at the chat. As long as and it's funny because I could see the chat at the same time. So I'm glad I'm able to see the chat at the time and be able to, work my magic to send you in. But I really appreciate you coming in because I wanted to have a healthy, funny, fun conversation about this, and I feel like you brought that value, and we will definitely have another episode for you to share your light because I want to broadcast you or promote you with your business and all that. And especially since
Why you laughing so? What sweet you so?
I didn't forget. I didn't forget it. I just forgot which day it was and I got thrown off with 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 looking. I was trying to do my research. I should have done the proper research, which I just did, but tell the folks how they could contact you if they want to be um, protecting themselves with life insurance. And you're gonna have to send that to me because I want to put the
Yeah, yeah,
stuff.
my bad. Well,
No worries.
the easiest way to get a hold of me, through Facebook, Instagram, Jesse J Small. Those are both of my handles on Instagram and Facebook. LinkedIn, although I don't really use it as much, guilty as charged. Um, or just give me a call, man. My cell phone is up on my pages. If you don't have it, if you want me to say it out live, I'll say it out live.
You
Six
want
four
this?
seven two zero
Oh,
six 6375. Call me, text me, and we can talk and connect.
awesome. Thank you. I don't know why I said Jay from the get go, like I didn't know your real name. But hey, you wanted to put Jay, so to contact Jay, make sure I will put it in the show notes for sure. You're just gonna have to shed. I'll put your number since I have your number. And thank you for coming through.
No worries.
Uh,
This was fun.
see, I told you it's nothing
I
hard.
know it's fun, but it's just, I admit I am not the most technologically savvy person. So all this thing kind of like But once I get it, I'm like, oh, this is so simple. And I'm like, okay, then I'm in. So
Yeah, it's actually this platform is actually really simple. So I'm glad I was able to send it to you and you were able to. And shout out to the folks that have been watching from the get-go. And if you have any comments, please like, comment, subscribe, and all that. Tell a friend about this funny episode. If you have some ideas, if you have other ideas of acceptable places that you would go, especially in Toronto, let us know. Maybe there's someone that wants to, go on a first date soon and things. Not in the wintertime though.
wintertime
Unless
is
you,
hard, man. Everyone is, what is it? What's the term for it during this time of the year? Cuffing season or whatever that is. Yeah, everyone all huddle up and hibernating and all that.
then y'all
Just
should have.
cuffed up to somebody they may like or don't like, and just, I don't know, get busy. And you see back in
Okay,
spring,
Sean Paul.
summertime, you're like, what happened to you? What's this?
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Oh boy.
situations. Hey,
Now I just
man.
I have so many songs that are going in my head when you're saying these things. But yes. So make sure you guys like, subscribe. Thank you, Jay, for coming.
Well,
We'll
thank
talk
you, Camille.
afterwards. No worries. And is there anything else you want to tell the folks before we go?
Well, all I want to say is just be responsible, because at the end of the day, that helping hand is at the end of your own arms. You are always responsible and in charge of your life. There are always people there that are here to help you or destroy you, depending on which voice you listen to. So listen to righteousness. And I always thank Camille for, doing my tax and stuff. She does a really excellent job of doing that. And thank her for allowing me to speak on her platform. So, we'll do this again for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. That was a good one. I'm not even going to say anything after that. All right. On that, folks, on that note, folks.
Financial literacy, knowledge is a must. So link the flip boss, watch the result flash, and watch your life change and feel a better cause. You have a business or a plan and want to make it. Yeah, flip and floss, how they want to manifest it. Yeah, and if you want to better manage all your credit, call the boss, flip and floss, no doubt, then we do it. Yeah, flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, greatness in our blood because we're working for your cause. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, boots up your knowledge for your minimal cost. Hey, yeah, flip and floss, money literacy boss. Greatness in our blood because we're working for your cause. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, up your knowledge for your minimal cost.